What is up, Mama, and welcome back to Momma Fit Burner. It is so good to be back. This is gonna be your upper heat workout, so go ahead and grab some dumbbells, okay? Now, pregnancy, postpartum. I want you to constantly make sure, again, as always, that you are checking in with your core. Make sure there's no diastasis recti happening within that midline, so any coning, bulging, a doming, or even a sinking in type of thing. Check in with your pelvic floor. If any of that is happening, I need you to adjust or modify the move, okay? There is one move at the very end where we will be getting down onto our stomach, okay? Now, pregnancy, it really just depends on how it feels being on your stomach. Obviously, if your baby is big and you're closer to the end of your pregnancy, then obviously don't do it. But if your baby is still on the smaller end, they're still at that wee little bit of stage and it feels comfortable to be on your belly, then go ahead and go for it. I know it only started to feel uncomfortable for me in my pregnancies somewhere around week 24 to 26. So some you might feel comfortable up to a certain point, whereas others it might be way early when you need to stop being on your stomach. It's totally okay if it's different between you and somebody else. Don't worry about that. Just go with what feels comfortable for you. Don't worry, I will have a modification to show and a way to adjust it a couple different ways. Postpartum, it being on your belly due to either freshly postpartum, and by freshly I mean at least 6 weeks, or if you are, have a C-section scar and maybe it just feels uncomfortable there, then definitely go with the modification that I'm going to show, okay? Other than that, let's go ahead and dive right on in to today's workout. All right, so like I said, today is all about the upper body. So you will need some dumbbells, have an assortment available. So today's setup, you have 5 exercises. We're doing 60 seconds of work, 0 rest. Obviously take rest if you need to, but we're just doing 1 through 5 and we're gonna repeat them 3 times, okay? Now some of the moves are gonna be unilateral, and if they are unilateral, we're gonna hit one side, then we'll hit the other when we repeat, and either we will combine and do both sides together on the 3rd repeat, or we'll do something different, okay? Now, the moves that we're gonna have first coming up is gonna be a hammer curl to an overhead press. After that, we're gonna do some bicep curls, where we're gonna do a pronated curl down or release down after that curl. Then we're gonna do some tricep kickbacks, some rows, and then we're gonna be on the ground and we're gonna do a Superman into a push-up, okay? So I will show adjustments, modifications for that last one, especially for pregnancy, postpartum, so make sure you pay attention to that. All right, so get your weight ready. First move is a hammer curl to overhead press. So I need your feet to be about hip width, a little bit wider if you need to apart, slight bend, keep those elbows locked in, palms face in for the hammer curl, up, keep those elbows in until you go and press overhead. Okay, get ready. 60 seconds on the clock and let's go. Press it up right here. Now, as you press up, I want you to make sure that you're not arching in your low back. All right, so no arching taking place. Make sure you're not swinging. Keep those ribs locked down, all right? And what I mean by that, I want you to make sure that you're not starting to arch back like this. Rotate that pelvis, keep it locked in tight, keep those ribs down as you press up. I also want you to make sure that your knuckles are going towards the sky. Don't let your wrists fall out. Think about punching the ceiling, all right? You got 20 seconds left. What's gonna come up next? You're gonna give me a curl, rotate to get those palms towards the ground as much as they'll go, and slowly lower, okay? It's called pronation, all right? So we're going to go in 2, 1, elbows locked in tight here, curl up, rotate, bring it down, fight gravity, fight gravity, fight gravity. It's a slow descent, all right? Pull it up, rotate, fight gravity. There you go. Rotate, pull it up. Awesome job. You're doing great. Breathe for me. Do not ever hold your breath during an exercise, okay? Especially as moms, you're gonna wreck your pelvic floor. It's not gonna like you, okay? We want it to like us and thank us. Deal? You're doing great. Okay, coming up next, You're gonna do one side of a tricep kickback, okay? So you can use a couch, bench, or chair if you want, or you can just come into a stance like this. So you're gonna come up into this road position for me, and you're gonna kick it back right here. All right, squeeze that tricep at the top and keep repeating. Ready? Let's go. Control the movement, all right? You're not just swinging the weight around. You're doing this with intent, and you're doing this with control. Picture your triceps right here, okay? Picture them contracting and squeeze, and then picture them lengthening, okay? Mind to muscle connection, all right? So like I said, this is one side. Now you can stay on the same side. Coming up next, we're gonna do some bent over rows. One arm, all right? I'm gonna go ahead and get my weight ready for that so I can just swap them out. Now you can do this from the ground on all fours if staying up like this is way too much, okay? Get ready. There we go. So for this row, I want you to think you're reaching for the ground. Pull that shoulder blade back towards that spine, okay? Your scapula, the little wing-shaped bone on your back, it's going towards your spine first, okay? It's wanting to hug that spine, and then you drive your elbow up, bringing your hand about the top of your hips, base of your ribs, then elbow goes down first, then you relax your shoulder blade, okay? That is the proper mechanics for a row. Once you get used to it, it becomes second nature and you don't have to focus on breaking it down so much, okay? I need your chest over the ground though, okay? The more your chest is over the ground, the more you are going to work that back, all right? Breathe for me. Coming up next, you got less than 10. You're giving me a Superman to push up. All right, I will show mod coming up soon. So you can give me Superman, come down, push up. Ready? Join me. I'm gonna show full out one more time. Superman. Lock in that core as you come up, down, okay? Now, if you need to modify this move, I will show you how you can do it a couple different ways, okay? So first and foremost, pregnancy, postpartum, or being on your stomach is not okay. You have a couple different options. Come here to a quad position, pull, pull, step it out to a mod, push up, or perform that same motion from a wall, okay? Other than that, come here. You're gonna give me half of a Superman. Come onto your knees for that push up and down. All right, squeeze your glutes, feet and arms come up if possible. Engage that core, lock it in. You should not be doing a worm, meaning your trunk, your hips, your legs should move at the same time. No wave thing. Back to the top, ham to overhead. So now you know them, all right? You got them just 2 more times through. That's it. Core is nice and engaged here. Slight bend in those knees for me. Think about ribs coming down towards the top of your hips, okay? Breathe. Should not have to swing to get the weight. If you have to do this, weight is too much, all right? If you need to go up and wait, go up and wait. These are short workouts, so I need you to challenge yourself however you need to. We're gonna go to the bicep curl. 2, 1, go. Up, rotate, down. Elbows stay locked in. No swinging, no flaring out. Locked into your sides. When it comes to a bicep curl, don't let the weight take your hand down, okay? Go to a neutral position for that wrist, or ever so slightly bring it up towards your bicep for a little bit more contraction, all right? You're doing great. You got 10. We go to that tricep on the other side. And let's go. And it's okay, since there's no rest, please don't feel bad if you're like, I'm having to like stop a move early or start a move late to get set up. It's okay. I expect that. Don't worry about it, all right? Coming up next is that row, okay? And 2, 1, row. Control the descent, so don't let gravity just slam it down, okay? That's what gravity's gonna wanna do. You are in a front-loaded position here, which means gravity is working even harder against you. So you're gonna feel it, but I need you to still control that move. Do not let it win, all right? Superman to push-up is coming up. And then we go back to the top. 1 final time. And 3, 2, 1, come on down. Superman. Lock and load your core. What I don't want to see is like you're peeling yourself off the ground, okay? If you feel it in your low back, you need to modify because you're not doing it right and you need to get that core to respond the way you want it to and build up that strength so that you can go up in one fluid motion. Remember, mod right here. If you can't be on the ground, come into that mod plank to do that push-up or perform all of that from a wall. Or if you're still gonna be on the ground, you're just gonna do mod Superman and come up to your knees instead. All right, you're doing great. Going back to the top, 2, 1, let's go. Last time, last time. You're doing great. Breathe for me. A little burner series here. So I need you to challenge yourself because these workouts are short. All right? If you only got 15 minutes, I got you, but you gotta give me all you can, okay? Breathe for me. You're stronger than you give yourself credit for, okay? Bicep curl, coming up next. Doing great, less than 10, less than 10. Push for me, push for me. 2, 1, let's go. Curl, rotate, down. There you go. Keep those elbows locked in for me, keep them locked in. I have a mic pack and it's bothering me, I'm so sorry. You're almost there. Okay, so coming up next, instead of the kickbacks, okay, you're gonna load it up right here, pulse it out. All right, right there. So palms are gonna be open towards the sky. You can hold weight, probably lighter. Get ready, let's go. So right here, load it up, pulse, pulse, pulse. Now, if you find that you are feeling it way too much in your forearms, release your grip, okay? Or lighten up the weight. Either one. Let's see, that was actually a little bit too light, so I'm gonna go up just a little bit. And then for the row coming up, you're gonna do both sides. Both sides for the row. Pulse it out, pulse it out. You're doing great. When it comes to the row, I'm gonna need you to have a good, nice hinge here, okay? Again, chest over the ground. The more over the ground, the more you're gonna feel your back. Rotate your pelvis, lock in your core, row up, slow that descent. Get ready, 2, 1, go. After this, you have those Supermans and you are done, okay? So keep pushing for me. You're almost there. Those Supermans are come up in less than 10, okay? You can modify it by doing a half Superman, go to your knees, or do the quad position, or do it from the wall. Let's go. Lock in that core. This is your last move. You're almost done. Finish how you need to, but don't quit. Almost there, almost there. Keep going, mama. You're stronger. And, woo! All right. Now with these short workouts, there are no cool downs, so please stretch and cool down before you sit down, okay? Other than that, thank you so, so much for being here, for pushing with me. I cannot wait to work out with you again. I hope that you have a great day, night, week, weekend, whenever it is for you, and I'll see you real soon.